Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's video, we're going to be looking at something that I bought specifically for my M18 Rover Light. However, it's usable for anything that's M18. And I bought it specifically for this light because it's by far my most used light. I love its compact size when it's folded up. It's very stable using that bigger battery as a base. You can pretty much get this light anywhere you want to. However, the only way really to use it is sitting it on the ground using the Raptor hook. It's missing one key thing that all my other lights have. Like the M12, the newer version here has a magnet back there. The older M12 Rover has a magnet. All my favorite flashlights that I use usually have a magnetic tailpiece. This one has no way to be magnetic, which would be very useful. I work in a lot of spaces with metal doors. If you're working on a condenser unit, maybe an electric panel, it's just nice to be able to stick your light onto those things just to get that light up a little bit higher, maybe, if at all possible. So I bought something that I think is going to rectify that. I picked it up from STS Designs. You can see their name there. This is also a sticker. And here is their card. It's got a little QR label right there. So maybe you want to go and scan that and check it out, because I bought it directly off their website. Like, it wasn't available on Amazon or anything like that. You could possibly get it off of eBay. I can't really remember, but it's essentially a battery boot with 4 big magnets in it that's going to allow you to magnetize or have a magnetic boot on your M18 battery. Again, I'm going to use it for the Rover Light, but you could easily take this same battery and put it on your impacts and put it on there if you want to, if you're working on a vehicle or something like that. I think a mechanic would get a lot of really good use out of this as well. So this is what I'm going to use it for. Now, you do have to buy it specifically for certain batteries, because obviously every battery is a little bit different whenever you get into the high outputs, whenever you get into the XCs. So I bought one to fit the XC but 5.0s, because that's what I typically use in this light, and that's also a good size that I can use in a surge or something like that if I want to. But they have different options because every battery is a little bit different. Now, it does have install instructions that are included, along with 4 screws, because it's meant to be that you take out these 4 screws right here on your battery, and then whenever you put this in here, it's got screw holes built in to where whenever you put that in, you can kind of permanently put it onto your battery, and it still will be able to be charged and put into anything else. Again, it's just kind of an add-on for your battery. You can do that if you want to, but to be honest with you, in my situation using this light, it's pretty hard to get this back off. I mean, it is a snug fit. So I don't know that I'm going to take out and put on those screws, but they do provide you with 4 screws, 2 longer, 2 a little bit shorter. But I'm just showing you here that, I'm not telling you not to use them, because sure enough, if I tell you not to, you're going to put on some expensive high torque or something like that, and then it's going to end up coming off. So if you got something like hung completely upside down, but with the grip on the rubber on these batteries, again, you can see I'm struggling just to get this thing back off there. I don't know that you necessarily need to do that, but I'll go ahead and do it now and show it to you in a little clip. You can fast forward past it if you want to, or you can check that out in case you want to see how to install it. So they do provide instructions for this. There's also a QR code right there if you want to scan it. But again, 4 steps: clean the surface, press firmly, seat cover evenly in place, check the fit, and then install the screws. Do not over tighten. So you're going to start out taking your battery. They have 4 screws. I've already kind of taken them out and got them loose, so you don't have to sit there and watch me, unscrew all those as a fun part of the video. So you got 2 screws on the back side of the battery. Those are a little shorter. And then you got 2 screws on the front side of the battery that are a little longer. Now, once you take those out, you're obviously going to be able to take your battery apart. So you're going to now take this. You can see here you have this little ledge that's going to go up against this right here. So that's how you orientate it. Go back here to the back. And then we have the Phillips screws are actually going to go in the front. You have some longer Phillips screws right here. And then you have some shorter of the Torx T10 screws. So the T10s are going to go back here on the back side of the battery. I'm going to just go ahead and set both of those in there. Take the Phillips ones, put them up here in the front. And then it says to make sure that you do not over tighten. While I've got the T10 in there, that's what it took to take out those old screws. I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up. Again, it just says hand tighten and do not over tighten. A good rule of thumb would be kind of check your battery. Maybe you can see how that's still loose. I'm going to keep going until maybe I can see that even cinched down as I go. That way I know I'm getting kind of close, and I don't want to go crazy far, past that. Go ahead and tighten up this other one a little bit. And again, I still feel like unless you're going to hang something completely upside down. I don't know that personally you need to have this even. You could skip this step, basically, is what I'm saying. But just in case you want to, I'm showing you. So now I can see still a little loose over here on this side. I'm going to tighten that a little bit more. Now it's kind of getting tighter. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the Phillips and tighten up these sides. And just so you know, I didn't scan those instructions to see if I did it right. But again, you just want to probably double check and try to pull on your battery, see if it's loose anywhere, and then see if you need to tighten up. I'm going to go ahead and hit these T10 ones one more time because it doesn't feel like it's 100% tightened down. There we go. I can feel it now. Now I'm not feeling any movement there. So really simple install. Again, now there's no way that's going to come off, but very hard to get off even without those screws. But now that we've completed the install with that STS boot on my 5.0 battery, again, here is the Rover Light without the boot. I cannot stick it to anything metal no matter how I want to do it, versus if I take that battery off, slide on the one with the boot, put it on here, and it is stuck really well. I mean, it is not coming off until I grab it and probably even do a little twist, get it to break free. So again, now I can get that light anywhere I want to, stick it on a metal door, stick it on an electrical panel, whatever it is that I want to use it for. 4 strong magnets right there. Again, I'm using it for this Rover Light, but you could also use it for something like your Impact. Here is the new version of that M18 Surge with the 5.0 in there as well. Sticks on there just fine, hanging fine. I can open and close my drawer, even yank on this a little bit. It's not going to come loose until I kind of give it that little twist and pull off. So it's not just for your Rover Light. You can also use it for anything else that you're going to use that same battery in. But there you go, guys. Again, that is the STS battery boot. You can buy them for different batteries. Make sure you decide which battery you want to use. I bought it directly off their website. That's kind of the only place I could find it. There are other versions of these out there, but theirs was kind of like that bigger name brand one. So I decided I was going to go with it because the price difference wasn't that much difference. I really love this light. I use it all the time. This has been out since before I bought this light. I've been thinking about buying it for quite some time, but I wanted to wait and see how much I use this light to see if it was worth the investment of the $40, and the fact that I could even use it with other stuff as well. That's a no-brainer in my opinion. Again, it makes this light even more expensive. It's pretty expensive to start with, but I absolutely love it, and this adds a feature, that mine was missing. So let me know in the comments below if any of you have been using this for other tools, what you use it on, how you use it. Also, if you use this light and you really love it, if this is something that you might be interested in, let me know that in the comments below as well. As always, I hope this video was helpful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.